Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for another react. This time here we're going back to the 90s, back to country, back with Reba McEntire. This is one of my mom's favorite artists in the country genre, singing one of her favorite songs from that artist. This is Reba McEntire and Fancy.
I just can't believe it. I mean, Fancy Ray Baker riding in my cab. It's some kind of weather we're having, ain't it, Fancy? I'll tell you what, I've seen every movie you've ever made, and my wife Louise, she's got every record you ever made. Fancy Ray Baker, my goodness. You know, I really didn't know you was from this area. But I'll tell you what, I think you are the most famous person to ever come from these parts. So you just passing through, you're going to stay for a while.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, are you just passing through, or you going to stay for a while?
No, I'm just passing through.
Louise is not going to believe this. Fancy Ray Baker in my cab. You know, you might want me to wait. This ain't necessarily the best neighborhood.
No, I'll be a while.
Oh, well, that's no problem. I won't even keep the meter running.
Okay, thanks.
Just like a lot of people do when they meet up with a star or a famous person. A lot of people get all giddy and stuff like that, just like this cab driver did with Fancy Ray Baker, played by Reba McEntire. You know, basically just can't stop the verbal diarrhea coming out, and you know about how much he appreciates her what she's done in her life and the stuff that she's produced as an entertainer.
I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room run-down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Well, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split from the side, clean up to my hip. It was red velvet trimming and it fit me good. And standing back from the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down.
Now, when people are in very impoverished situations, just like she's depicting at the beginning of this song, people get into desperation. And in desperate times, people do desperate things. And sometimes they're not the most right things to do. This is a case of one of those things where, you know, you turn your child out into the world to do whatever it takes to try and make a better life for themselves. Some people call it noble to, you know, like give your children a this kind of a start to, you know, get out of the poverty, get out of the hardship, but it's really not that noble. It's actually a hard thing for a person to go through.
Mama died a little bit of perfume on my neck, then she kissed my cheek. And then I saw the tears welling up in her troubled eyes as she started to speak. She looked at a pitiful shack and then she looked at me and took a ragged breath. She said, your paws runned off and I'm real sick and the baby's gonna starve to death. She handed me a heart-shaped locket that said, to thine own self be true. And I shivered as I watched a roach crawl across the toe of my high-heel shoe. It sounded like somebody else that was talking, asking, Mama, what do I do? She said, just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy, they'll be nice to you. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Oh.
Now, the whole idea behind the "to thine own self be true," she's basically telling her daughter, keep your central core values yourself. Keep yourself as yourself no matter what happens. Be you. Meanwhile, she's turning her daughter out into the streets to do God knows what. I'm not going to explain it because it might get me demonetized. But to do whatever it takes to make something better for herself. So many people have gone through this. This song is about a rags to riches kind of scenario. To do whatever it takes to get a better life.
Well, that was the last time I saw my mom, and I'd left that rickety shack. The welfare people came and took the baby, mama died, and I ain't been back. But the wheels of fate started to turn, and for me there was no way out. It wasn't very long till I knew exactly what my mama been talking about. I knew what I had to do, and I made myself this solemn vow. I was gonna be a lady someday, though I didn't know when or how. But I couldn't see spending the rest of my life with my head hung down in shame. You know, I might have been born just plain white trash, but Fancy was my name. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down.
Now, when it comes to her turning her out to, do these things, that's a hard thing for a parent to do. At the same time, it's also hard for the child to understand, do you take the easy road and just do what needs to be done to survive? Or do you do what it takes and dig deep down and do what it takes to thrive? This song here is all about what it what she did to, buck her down and thrive, to make sure that she never had to worry about anything else.
Wasn't long after a benevolent man took me in off the streets. 1 week later, I was pouring his tea in a 5-room hotel suite. Yes, you were. I charmed a king, a congressman, and an occasional aristocrat. And then I got me a Georgia mansion in an elegant New York townhouse flat. Now, I ain't been mad. World, there's a lot of self-righteous hypocrites that call me bad and criticize mama for turning me out, no matter how little we had. But though I ain't had to worry about nothing from now on 15 years, well, I can still hear the desperation in my poor mama's voice ringing in my ears. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down.
Okay, Mama. I understand.
When it comes to this scene where she places the locket on the grave and says, I understand, to her mama's vision, the vision of her mama. That's one of those things where, she did what it took to, make the best life that she could out of the situation that she had, that she was put in. And that's what this song hopes for everybody, is don't just take the easy way out. Make the life you have worth everything that you put into it.
Well, I guess you did.
Now, right here, she's taking that house, ripping it down, and making a place safe for home runaways, like a home for runaways. And notice the words on the bottom of that sign, to thine own self be true. It's trying to bring in positivity out of the negative situation that she was put into. Alrighty, final thoughts. I love this song. It's one of those songs that whenever, I start feeling down about my situation, I pop this on and it reminds me to keep plugging forward, keep going, to keep going after what I want to get in life, to keep putting forth the work to earn everything that I want in life. And I hope that this song gives you that same sense of strive and drive. So let's have a conversation below about how this song makes you feel. Do you feel the empowerment in the vocals, which are very powerful? The depth of the story. Do you know somebody who was turned away? Have you helped them out in any way, shape, or form? Let's have a conversation in the comment section below about that kind of stuff. A link to the original source material will be in the description box so that you can go and enjoy it and a lot of her other wonderful songs at your own leisure and uninterrupted by me. I encourage you to do so. She is a wonderful artist. She is a wonderful actress. She has her own TV show. So, give her some love and support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe right here and there. And until we get to the next one, folks, I wish everybody peace, love, and happiness.